Hello sir, can I know what is the definition of rental income?
In Section 2 Income Tax Act 1967 define rent as sum received for the occupation of premise or hiring of assets, included rent from both movable property or immovable property. Rental income in Malaysia can be derived from following resources. First, letting out land, commercial building or resident property. Second, letting out ship, plant, machinery or motor vehicle.
Sir, under what section of Income Tax Act rental should be classed?
Rental income could be classed under first, Section 4D, which arises from investment activity, and second, from Section 4A, it arises from business activity.
Sir, how to identify the rental income source?
Under Section 4D, if the person let out the property without providing maintenance or service actively, even as several property are let out, they will be grouped as one source starting year at 2011. Under Section 4A, all rental income of property are aggregated, revenue expenses are deducted, and it will assessed under Section 4A as business income.
Sir, there are how many types of derivation rental income?
There is two types of derivation of rental income. First is immovable property. If the property located in Malaysia, the rental income is deemed to derive from Malaysia. And the second is movable property, which normally involve lease of plant and machinery.
Sir, how do we identify the basis of assessment?
It will assess based on calendar year basis, except for the companies which are on accounting year basis or financial year end. It is treated as rental income when it is received, even if it is accrued or paid in advance. Here are some examples. The advance rental income received in 2018 will recognized in 2017.
Sir, how can we determine the capital allowance?
The expenses that can be deductible is the expenses that are wholly and exclusively incurred in the production of rental income, such as cost of repair and maintenance of the property, and insurance premiums on fire and so on.
Sir, can I know what is the expenses that are not allowable?
The expenses that cannot be deductible is the expenses to get the first tenant, such as advertising, commission, legal expenses on the first rental agreement. This is because all these expenses are incurred to create a source of income.
Sir, how about the temporary no occupation for the rental income?
That's a good question. Once the rental source exists, the expenses incurred during the non-occupation period will continue to be deductible, subject to Section 33 and Section 39 of the Act.
Sir, can you explain about the expenses for gross income received in advance?
The expenses in relation to the rental income incurred in a related basis period is not deductible. This is because they are not incurred in the production of income.
Sir, how can we determine the capital allowance?
Capital allowance cannot be claimed in rental income that assessed as Section 4D. Capital allowance is entitled only in business source Section 4A. Industry building allowance will be given against the rental income. Capital allowance is available if the rental of warehouse or a factory is to be treated as business income.
Sir, can I ask which source of rental loss can be deductible?
Income from investment source received cannot be used to offset against other income. It will be permanent loss if the rental from business source can have its loss to be utilized against other income.
Sir, can I know how is tax planning on the rental income are done?
It is common for house owner to collect 1 month deposit as security to reimburse the house owner for any damage to property. Such deposit will not be taxable. When the deposit used for purpose of rent, then you will be taxable at the time of motion, so the amount received by the owner should be segregated into amount rental and deposit. Capital expenditure not deductible. Revenue expenditure deductible.
Sir, can you roughly explain the distinction of rental income between Section 4A and Section 4D? First, under Section 4A, the maintenance and support services have to actively and comprehensively provided by owner. Under Section 4D, there is no requirement to do that. And under Section 4A, the rental losses can be utilized against other income. In contrast, Section 4D couldn't do that. Last but not least, under Section 4A, initial acquisition of assets is entitled to capital allowance. But under Section 4D, the assets can be deducted on a replacement basis.